Alright, so, man, I never thought I was going to have to do a part 3 with this shit. But yeah, if y'all remember, about a year ago, actually, it was around May and April last year. I had did, I had did some fucking videos involving my ex. The first one was her stabbing me. The second video was kind of me and my friends burning all this shit. All these letters she had made me, and I found out they were all lies anyway. So I made a video about burning that shit, and a little drama happened here and there. I kept my videos up because you know your boy. I ain't deleting no damn video until it gets legal or other bullshit. They never took it legal, so I'm not deleting no video. Now, here's the thing. I thought shit's been done over with. I called my ex in January, or contacted my ex in January this year. I'm like, look, I'm not deleting the videos, but I just want shit to stay civil, keep everything calm, cool, whatever. I'm just done with the drama. And it stayed like that for a minute. Until I had some nigga hit me up and come look for me at work. Now, anyways, what we're going to go ahead and do, I'm cool with the nigga now, because he didn't know a lot of facts. I had to fact check him real quick, and we're just going to explain how we got here. And let me text him right back. I'm going to call him. And yeah, we're going to just get all this shit out in the air. Alright, so let me see how I try to get speakerphone going. Alright, what's good?
What's going on?
Not shit, just tired of these bitches playing games and shit. I never went to her house last night, luckily. I was just, yeah, let her think that shit. Have you heard from her any?
I have not. Both Haley and Paige. Paige blocked me in the middle of the night, and Haley took me off as a friend too.
Oh wow, and she always played that game with me every time we'd argue. So what I'm trying to figure out is like, like a few friends of mine, they're like, I thought your ex was the nicest girl. I'm like, she stabbed me. She's done plenty of shit. This ain't surprising that her and her best friend would try to get somebody on my ass. So like, when did you first meet Haley? Like, how long did y'all know each other?
I met Haley through Paige,
All right.
and I met Haley just shortly after meeting Paige. Actually, um, Paige and Haley were at rodeo.
Yep.
And
Sounds about right.
and that's where it all kicked off at, because I was sitting at the house and I was just cruising through SnapMap, and I just so happened to click on a snap close to there, and before you know it, there they were on the dance floor, and they had left it on there to where you could swipe up and add them as a friend.
Yeah.
And so of course I did, and after that it just kind of went on from there.
And when was this? Was this last year by chance?
No, this was this year.
Okay, so it was recent. All right. Because I knew even when we were dating, she would go over there. Even though I wasn't allowed to talk to guys, she's like, well, Paige wants me to go to the club with her, and I don't want her going by herself. So I had to give in and be like, well, you can go. That's whatever. So she's been going there since we were dating. And I kind of felt like she had guys anyway back then, just never said shit. I didn't fucking know. I didn't care at that point. Because I already knew the relationship was going downhill anyway. So.
And which I could totally see that, because, I mean, the immense amount of, I guess you could say, BS that I went through, and I noticed and paid attention to, it's just a typical, scandalous woman type deal.
Exactly. They're fine setting up shit to get down and dirty, but when it falls back towards them, they think a simple block and a delete is gonna fix shit.
Oh yeah, and they love to play the victim card.
And what's funny is technically Paige, she could get. My manager's like, he wasn't even worried about you. He's like, well, what goes down is the one who even set this up. Because I told him, I'm like, no, I'm cool with the dude. We found out they were just playing us. He's like, well, just for that to elevate to that situation, charges could be placed on both of them girls, just saying. And I'm like, well, shit. I mean, they're like, well, when are you coming back into work? I'm like, well, I said, whenever. And they're like, we're going to have a talk about that. And because we have that one officer that's always there. So he's supposed to bring his detective in or something to that effect. And they just want to hold the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm not trying to press charges, really. I mean, I want to handle shit my own fucking way. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with the fucking 12. I want to handle shit my way. I don't give a fuck about paperwork, nothing like that.
Oh yeah,
And
I was gonna say I'm the same way. I don't fuck with 12 anyway, and
mm-mm.
you know I'm just like you. I'd rather get down to it and handle it all on my own, and you know that way I'm in control. You
Exactly,
know.
because you do shit with them, and it's like, well, it's all fucking mind games. They want the money out of it too. Because I know what's gonna happen. Well, you can hire a lawyer, and they'll take. Y'all the one that are fucking wanting me to press charges over stupid shit. So I don't know.
Right.
Today I'm gonna
Right.
do don't ask, don't tell. Because I'm just. Luckily I go in late today, so there shouldn't be the same managers there. Because I'm not trying to fucking. That's just petty shit. I want to handle this my fucking way, so I know what gets done gets done. Hence why this video is
Exactly.
going up, just so she fucking knows, and both of them fucking know you don't fuck around. So who was
Exactly.
it that started? You said it was Paige, right? Like what started it? She had you go over and showing you videos or some shit.
What started it is I was over at Paige's house, and keep in mind I'm gonna kind of dive in and out of this just a little bit, kind of work how it kind of worked out between
Hey,
us
that's
into the
better.
whole deal.
That works for me
Um,
and for the
I
people.
had I had come to find out in the beginning that Paige had a man. His name is Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after a little while of us speaking, um, you know, she more or less wanted me to come over and what they say, lick the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, after we got close and all that, so I wound up staying at her house all the time. And one day, we went up to Lowe's. We were laying in bed, and somehow or another, I don't know how it came about. I don't remember how it came about exactly, but she had mentioned you and Haley's past relationship,
Really?
and I had asked her, who you were, and so she linked me up with your YouTube channel, and so about that time, that's whenever I stumbled across everything, and it just, oh man, it from there. I mean, it was advertised to me that, you were, this real big dog, like you pretty much, I guess you could say, for better words, shit on, y'all's relationship,
Mm-hmm. And
and
that's how it was always played. I was always the bad guy. It was always me
mhm,
as the bad guy. Not gonna lie, I mean, I did fuck up certain things. I should have gave her. Literally, the worst thing she hated is I would go play basketball at this park instead of calling her or whatever. I'm playing basketball with niggas. Now, I'm not that type of fucking fruity ass nigga. I'm not gonna fucking date dudes. I'm not gonna hit on dudes when I'm playing basketball. Yeah, there'd be a female there, but I'm not like, oh, hey, what's good? If she's on my team, I'm passing the ball. That's it. Like, I was
right,
loyal as fuck to her. Yeah, she didn't get phone calls when she wanted because I'm at the park or I'm cutting yards or fucking working towards the end. Like,
right,
and that's was always her main go-to. And then just never enough attention, never this, never that. Wouldn't spend money on her,
right,
even though she knew I was saving up to move out of my parents' house and shit. And
right,
just
right.
it was always some stupid shit, always stupid shit. But I was the
Oh
bad
yeah.
guy.
Well, and see that day that all that came about, like I said, like we had spoke before, I kind of jumped out there, without getting both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
And um, I mean, it was literally that same day, after I'd stumbled across your YouTube channel and viewed the vid and all that, I had mentioned to Paige, I was like, well, I mean, if he's, this bad of a dude, and he was gonna kind of dog Haley like that being your best friend, like I was on some right for Paige shit, and I was gonna have Haley's back too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told her that I asked where you worked, and Paige was forthcoming about everything.
So what all
I
did
mean,
Paige give you? See, I didn't even know she knew. I knew she knew where I worked, but I didn't think she knew exactly where and shit. Like,
oh, see, she had told me that you worked at Lowe's. Haley and her told me roundabout where your address was. Told me that they could take me there. All this, that, and the other. And I said, well, we'll just beat it to the punch, because I had viewed your snap, and I checked your story, and it showed you in your department up there at Lowe's, and so
mm-hmm.
I automatically knew where that was, and so I put two and two together, and that's whenever I told Haley. I snapped Haley right away, and I said, look, you want me to go up to Lowe's, and you want me to take care of it? And she said, well, somebody needs to, and so
So
it just
see,
kind of trickled on from
she
there.
agreed to it. That's the thing. Just that alone incriminates her. See, I don't know if
Well,
you ever
see,
watched the fucking Joe Exotic shit. This is that type of nowhere near that extent, but you're not even getting in trouble for this shit. They're the ones that are getting you involved with misinformation. Both of
right,
them easily. If and like I said, I ain't trying to get 12. because I want to just play
Right.
stupid at work. But they incriminating themselves. Me and you, we're just innocent bystanders in this shit, giving false information and bullshit.
Exactly.
So, but no, like Haley herself gave you the okay. See, if she was smart, she'd have been like, well, no, you don't actually. Because she used to be like that. She would always hype shit up, and then at the last second, well, maybe we shouldn't do that or shouldn't do this. She had her chance right
Right.
there, but she's there telling you, nope, somebody has to.
Well, and see, she also neglected to tell me that, everything was on some civil matters. There was no, there was really no bad blood, between y'all at this point. And I was under the impression that, you were this asshole. Like, I mean, you were a straight dog, and
Yeah.
you just more or less get away scot free with everything, and she was left to sit there and hurt and deal with it. And it come to find out, I mean, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's just a typical female mind game. And like I said, her and Paige both, they were forthcoming with every bit of information that they knew about you, and they more or less they fed me a line of bullshit.
Mm.
And it's it's not okay. This is for everybody. If you turn around and you hear something about somebody, don't just jump out there and assume.
Exactly. You got to fact check. And
Right.
like I said, I mean, in your defense, too, it's like, you see shit like that. When you're heated, you're heated. And see, I've got fucking German in me. When I get pissed off, that's it. Like, there's no, especially if I've been drinking or some shit, like, that's it. There's no going back. Like, it takes a lot for me to stop once I get going.
Yes, sir.
And then when you got bitches
Most
like
definitely.
that putting false ideas, oh, well, he's such a bad guy, you need to go out there and do shit. So what was Paige's input? What all did she have to say? Because ever since me and Haiti started dating, or were dating, and she met Paige, Paige was always the one to just start some shit between us. Oh, you don't need to be with him. You could do better here at Sam's. You could do better at the clubs. She's the one that would always fuel the fire to the shit. And I'm just curious what she had to say.
Oh, I completely understand that, and I support that 100%. Paige, from the get go, like I said, she was the one that turned me on to it all. Haley didn't initially give me any information.
Okay.
It was Paige that brought the whole thing out.
And see, that's what I'm trying to tell Haley's mom right now, because I told Haley's mom about the situation. I just told her, look, don't be sorry if the police end up going to the house trying to charge Haley with something. I'm trying to keep Haley out of it just because Paige, and I don't even want Paige getting arrested, as bad as that sounds, because like I said, I want to deal with shit my own fucking way. But it all goes down to who initiated the shit. And it's not surprising it was fucking Paige, because she was always the fucking type.
It was Miss Paige. I've got a little bit of an extensive history with her. We've known each other roughly 4.5, 5 months, and it just
so this was what's ironic, and not to interrupt you, it was said like 5 months. The day me and Haley thought we made it civil was, I literally called her New Year's Day. I called her New Year's Day or January 2nd. Look, I want to get past the videos. I want to get past that. If you want to be friends again, fine. If not, we don't have to. I just want to move this year clear, start fresh. And we both mutually agreed to that. Right. Everything was fine. She told me about some cancer shit, how she might have cancer or something, whether that's true or not, I don't know. And when she told me that, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to start no more drama. She does her. So I would text her like maybe once every 2 weeks. I would text her, hey, how's it going? How's work? Stuff like that. And we were like, it was okay. We were finally like just somewhat talking civilly. And then there'd be some nights I would drink, start thinking. I'd be like, so are you happier now? Is everything good? And she made it seem like Corey was like a fucking angel. That's how she made it seem with me. Like he was the best guy she could ever have. And I'm like, I told her straight, I'm like, look, I'm glad you're happy. And then that one last night, in that April 29th, I was fucking high and drunk that night on all types of shit. And that's why I'm all saying that fucking simp shit. I'm like, well, I just wish that one last night, things would have been different, whatever. I never said nothing bad. At one point, I did say, just don't be surprised if I ever tell Corey the truth and show him your nudes and all the things we used to talk about and shit like that. That you would never leave and shit like that. Because he needs to know in his safety that he can't trust you 100%. And I never went about that. I woke up that morning hangover and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing all that shit. I think I did hit him up, but she made him block me too. So I was like, that's really more reason to not worry about it. And then...
Well, and see, when it comes to Haley and Paige, I've come to find out, my thing with the Paige issue, and then rolling into Haley. Haley is 20, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Paige is going to be 24 July 14th of this year, okay. So she should be more. Let's just say she should be more headstrong. She should be much less about creating and starting and progressing drama and all this, that, and the
Yeah,
other.
act her
But
age, basically.
exactly, and like I said, the entire time. Well, not quite the entire time, but definitely 3/4 of the time that Paige and I knew each other, she had a man. And this, I'm wrong for it too. I mean, I don't sit here and say that I'm the good guy
No.
out of the deal.
Yeah.
But she had a man, and she was low key over there sleeping with me 5 days out of the week, having me stay the night. And where's Zach? Zach's at his house or doing whatever,
And it's
and
only
he's
fair to
over here.
him. Like,
Yeah,
you, again, we're caught in the crossfire because she's there having you come over and then tells you, oh, by the way, I'm engaged. Because I thought she was engaged to him or some shit.
I never knew about an engagement, but what I did know is, she would tell me all the time that, Zach is the love of her life. His daughter
I
is,
know, I know. Before
her
she blocked me on
world.
Snap, she loved that little kid. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, she, and that was my thing. I sat there and, this whole time, we're having relations, and she would be telling me all this, but it kind of dawned on me one day. She was sitting there telling me that she loved me and she wanted to be with me, and I was more or less runner up. And I was like, well, if you're going to do this to him, a guy that you say that you love with all your heart, that if it don't work out between y'all, you're going to do the exact same thing to me.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. That's like fucking some Eminem shit right there. Like, that's all it fucking goes down to.
yeah, and then Haley, I mean, she's over here best friends with this girl, so it only
It drags
arouses
her
my
down.
curiosity.
And see, the thing is with Haley, when I first met her, the thing is with me and Haley, we had an age difference. So, like, we had to be low key the first year till she turned 17. We had to be low key. And she was just so much fucking different. She was headstrong. She was fucking smart, intelligent. She was a little sensitive. I'll give her that much. Like, she was getting over depression, shit like that. And the first 2 years of the relationship were fine. Yeah, we had arguments here and there. Soon as she started working at Sam's, even the first couple months, everything was fine. But she got best friends with Paige, and that's when everything just slowed. She started putting
Went
ideas in her
downhill.
head, and it just arguments became
Went,
more. She stopped wanting to talk. So finally, it got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I could rebound. I did my last best ditch effort, gave her all the attention she needed, spent money on her, all this shit, and I guess Paige had already just put so many ideas. It was already too late. So I'm like,
right.
wow, you're gonna literally chose your coworker. She would never buy me gifts, but she would buy Paige gifts and shit like that. Random little surprises here. I'm like, I had to fucking trade you. If you were to buy me a pair of shorts, I had to buy you a damn fucking makeup shit or some shit.
Right,
Like I
right.
always had to trade. We always had to trade gifts. We would never surprise each other. Except one on my birthday, like her and the mom like got me shit and shit like that. But
Right. Not exactly what you would call the ideal relationship, so to speak.
exactly. So no, at the last stitch, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do what she wanted. Give her nonstop attention. Stop going to the park. At work, we called her in my breaks if she was off, and no, that's how much. Already, I told her, yeah, I'm gonna be moving out pretty soon. It's gonna be nice because we'll be able to hang out. Because I could never go inside her house. My mom was the same
Right.
way. Well, my mom didn't have reason to hide. She just didn't want people at my house.
Yeah.
Them, they had their reasons why they didn't want people in the house. So we're outside in 30-degree weather, freezing, or in the summertime, 100-degree weather in the heat, just
Right.
outside. I'm having to ride my bike 3 fucking miles to go see her. She would never come see me. I had to go ride my bike to go see her, um, 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week, and but that
Getting
was never good enough.
pretty one sided there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was for the longest time. And then it put
Right.
strain on me and my mom's relationship because my mom, like, she hated Haley at first because of the age difference. She thought she was gonna be a whole case and get me arrested. And no, towards the end, my mom like really loved that girl. Like she fell in love with her, would buy her shit, buy her purses and shit, not expensive ones, but little shit here and there. And
Yeah.
then just for her to just be like, what happened was one night she was like, we would argue, and she's like, I'm getting tired of these cycles. I'm getting tired of these cycles. I'm like, what do you keep telling these cycles? We'll get happy and another argument. I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking relationship. What do you expect? You don't give up on that. She's like, well, I don't think I want to make it to the 3-year anniversary with you We need to figure out what we're gonna do by January. This was 2018 into 19 at this point. So I'm like, okay. So no, we just talk less. And then one day I'm at the park, I'm going home, and she had a thing. I always had to call her on my walk home from the park because she would worry. So I call, and she's like, what are you calling for? I'm like, because you want me to call. She's like, you don't have to anymore. I told you it's fine. So I'm already just pissed off. I told her, you know what, fuck it. It was January 6th. Yeah, it was January 6th. I'm like, fuck it, we can just be done. Oh, in a millisecond, she got in a good ass mood. Okay, yeah, then just don't worry. Maybe we'll get back together one day. Blah blah blah, shit like that. Like so much in a good mood that I finally agreed we should break up. And what started the video shit is because not a few days after breaking up, her and Paige go to the club and she's already dancing with guys and shit. I'm like, you really don't know how to wait for a rebound, don't you? And it just started a whole argument. And even at that point, this was February already. That's why I started contemplating making the videos. And I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna fuck with that. No, once April came, I met this, well, she was my roommate, or was gonna be my roommate. We're like, oh, we should fucking blast her and shit. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. If you're gonna play games, play mind games and shit. Because me and Haley, we would argue after that, and she's just like, I just want you to know, everything I told you when we were dating was a lie. I never really cared about you, all this shit. I'm like, you're gonna play that and lie to me for 3 years, then you're damn right I'm gonna fucking blast you.
Right. Well, and see, going back to what you said, right after, you guys, kind of called it off there for a second. She goes straight out to rodeo, or like I call it rodeo. And she starts doing her own thing real quick. It was the same thing with Paige. She turned around, and as soon as she got it in her head that Zach was cheating on her, she was in bed with me, and then low-key, it was 3 weeks ago, she turned around, and while she was at work, which I'm sure she neglected to tell him to, that she had a coworker walk up and kiss her, and I happened to be at her house that night, and her phone happened to be sitting right next to me, and it was from a guy named Ronnie. And he turned around and he was like, oh, I hope I get to see you tomorrow, and I hope I can get another kiss, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, man. Like,
that whole fucking job over there is just nothing but dots and shit. That's the thing with Sam's. And I've noticed it because I used to shop there a lot growing up. All these, like, just the past 4 years, I just note, or whatever years she was working at, because we were dating for a year straight, roughly, when she started working there. I just noticed the way the people were. And then she would tell me shit, and it's just so fucking trifling shit over there.
Right.
Which
and
was
I do got to make one point.
Yeah.
Up there at Sam's, you made a good point about the whole thought issue. There is this is in reference to Haley. She, before she got with Sam, there's a guy up there by the name of Ryan. He goes by Thought Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, this guy, from what I could tell, seemed to be the most sweetest guy that you could ever, that you'd ever meet. I mean, he bent over backwards for Haley. He really did. And, she turned around, and, by definition, I would say just used the absolute shit out of this guy. And then she turns around and she gets with Sam, and then starts up a whole whirlwind of shit with Ryan, and make Ryan look like the bad guy.
And that's what she did to me. So see, she's still on that shit.
Yes. And Paige was over there just eating it up. She was over there, and I was over there telling Paige while they were with me, whenever I was driving Paige's car. I'm like, why are you guys bashing Ryan like this? Like, to be honest, he sounds like a really nice guy, and he just cares. But right back to it. It's the same childish, female mind games. I'm not saying all women are like this, so ladies, don't get me wrong, but for the ones that are, you guys got to check yourself.
Exactly.
It's not okay.
It's just funny because her mom's making her call me tonight because her mom's fucking pissed at her right now. Like, she is infuriated with her, knowing that she's getting involved with this shit. And her mom's texting me earlier, I'm making her call you tonight. Y'all need to fucking figure this shit out. And it's gonna be funny because I know her. Her mom already said that she barely told Paige anything. It's all Paige's fault. That she had no clue you were going to go out and do all that shit, which obviously was a fucking lie.
Right.
So what's funny, and that's exactly why there's a video on this bullshit, because she's going to deny. And it's funny because I'm going to roll this shit. If you don't mind, I'm rolling this back to her. I could leave you out of it, or I could roll this back to her, because she's going to deny the shit. I could bring up names, and she's going to fucking straight up deny the shit.
You can put me in it all you want. That's why I'm on here. That's why I'm doing this. We need to make everything overt instead of, sweeping it underneath the rug.
And see, I had no clue she was seeing anybody else. I thought she was truly all about this guy. God, if I would have known a guy named San or Ronnie back then, when we would kind of argue when we was talking after the breakup, God, that would have been fucking perfect. When did this start between them?
Well, her and Sam, they just got together recently within a couple of weeks ago. And roughly a couple of weeks.
So she's not even single at the moment. She's already with somebody.
Oh, no, she's full on taken. She is full on taken.
That's fucking funny.
It just comes kind of adds adds more to the whole deal. That most of the time you don't get a chance to really see the inner workings of things and have the detailed you don't get to see everything for what it really is.
Exactly.
There's always some bit that's left out or misconstrued or something like that. Well, luckily, I was one that was very, very close with Paige. So, in retrospect, I got to hear everything more or less about Haley. And so, that's why I'm on here. Because, it's been nothing but a pure mind game. And, whether it was me and Paige, you and Haley, Tom and Brittany, whoever in the hell else it could be. It's bullshit. So
it's just fucking crazy. That's more thing against Paige. If Haley's already with somebody else, I'm completely removed from this. That's like a second cousin twice removed. I'm completely away from this. I'm not even her last ex anymore. There's no reason for this shit to still be brought up. The only thing I think with Paige is she was probably fucking jealous because with the YouTube shit, there was a point I was making more on YouTube than I was making on my own fucking job. And Paige knew that shit because Haley was all bragging to her. I bought my fucking PC from Sam's. Dropped the fucking grand on that shit. And Haley's like, oh, he's a YouTuber. That's why he's buying that. That's when she kind of barely knew Paige. Because the Paige was like, nobody ever buys that shit. That shit expensive. And Haley's like, yeah, he's a YouTuber, blah, blah, blah. And I think, I don't know, I guess Paige was jealous. I don't know. I mean, I've had friends that I was close for. And I've had other girlfriends that are close for their girlfriends. Nobody is that. I mean, I don't know if fucking Paige is bi and loves Haley or some shit. I mean,
I have no idea.
Because she's been on her ass ever since. Like, I've never seen two females, unless they're not dating or into each other, have so much like ride for die shit.
Well, and see what kind of summed it up for me and had me realize exactly how damn close that these two are is the entire time that Paige and I were having relations and all this, that, and the other. Paige is low-key doing the most to lie to Haley. I mean,
really?
I told Paige from the very beginning she needed to be upfront with Haley, and she just now, within a week and a half ago, told Haley because I turned around and I got in her ass and Haley found out. And that's where she just now started being honest with Haley. She wouldn't lie to her no more, and, et cetera, et cetera. But, Haley turned around and told her right outside of my house, you don't have to lie to me. I don't know why you're doing that, boom, 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 boom. And yet Paige would do it again. And, I mean, literally, when I tell you that you cannot separate these two. I don't
exactly, and they formed a bond quick.
Yes.
That's what was weird.
Each other.
There's a coworker of mine at my work. We worked together for almost 2 years now. Me and her barely just got close this year. I don't know how two females can barely start, and they're like sisters and shit. Because they got like this probably a few weeks after they started working. Or Haley, because Paige was already there, I think. Yeah, Paige was already there.
Yeah, Paige has been there just a little bit over 2 years.
Yeah, because I remember because I got a job a little after Haley did. And that's right, because that's why they got along, Haley would tell me, because she was fairly new too, and they're both like trying to learn and shit, and it became a whole fucking shit. And then that fucking gay dude over there, Luis.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going to be the issue, because she would always talk about Luis, and I'm like, who's this fucking Luis dude? She's like, he's gay, don't worry, he's gay. Let her down, I found out he's bi. I'm like, okay, a gay dude, I don't give a fuck about as much. But if he's bi, that's still a fucking chance. Like,
exactly.
Because she would get mad when a guy coworker would take me home or offer me a ride or some shit. She would get mad with guys and shit at my work. Oh, you're friends with guys now there? You gonna be going to parties and shit? I'm like, no. And then a couple months later, she starts going to clubs and shit.
Well, see, I'm glad you said something because I was under the impression this entire time that Luis was, straight one way. He was steady, into guys, and that's what Paige had led me to believe this entire time. But come to find out, he's bi, and that just brings back to the lies,
Exactly.
the deceitfulness, how far they are willing to go, to carry this immense amount of
What
bullshit
they would
on.
have carried, it would have just became so much fucking worse. Like if shit would have allowed us to have met that day, they don't
Right.
realize what would have fucking came from it. Like they don't fucking realize that shit.
Exactly. And neither one of us were the ones that were
Exactly.
really
We would
going
have
to be
fucked
at
each
fault
other
over it.
up for no fucking reason. Cause shit at work. I mean, all this shit would have fucking just went all in our face. Cause two females don't know how to fact check before they sent shit out.
Exactly. And they don't
Especially when
know
this
how
is
to.
Paige,
They don't
it's
really know
knowing
how
that
to
it was
treat.
Paige's main, which didn't surprise me. Paige has no fucking reason to even be bringing shit back up. I mean, if anything, she kind of did me a favor because she's letting my videos still get views. So I mean, she's doing me a favor with
Right.
that because I'm still getting
Right.
paid from that shit. But not as much as I used to get paid last year. But she still helped me get pennies, nickels, dimes. But yet she's there trying to fucking send people on me, which I don't give a fuck. Me and my friends like. They're diehard Hoover. I'm somewhat with the shit just because like I've known them for years. If
Right.
they would have got a hold of this shit, I mean, they run all of Dawson. They run all this shit over here. It would have just
Right.
became a whole fucking. The one dude found out, but I told him just don't even fucking get in this shit. And he's just fucking heated with the shit. I'm like, dude, it's over with. We're cool. Don't even fucking. I'm like, the females are the ones we got to worry about right now. And he's like, oh shit, I can't blame you on that. But I don't know. It just would have became so much fucking shit that they wouldn't have known
Over
what to
nothing.
handle. And all they would have done is just block you and said they didn't know me, and then we're the ones at fault. Hold on, my phone cut off here. Can you hear me? Let's see. Why can I not hear shit? Alright, there we go. My phone was ringing, then it fucked up the snap audio shit. Alright, so what was you saying?
They would have been sitting back laughing over the whole deal, and this, that, and the other. When low key,
Yeah, and they would have just thought like, oh, that's just funny. That's their problem. That's their issue.
jumping back laughing. Oh, look at what we did. Blah blah blah. And there. Bottom line, there was no need for Haley to be the way she was. There was no need for Paige to be the way she was and do what she did, even with me. And the way she has turned around and brought Haley into a whole totally different person too. It's complete nonsense. And I think it's time for the both of them to to grow up.
Exactly.
There's no need for them to be like that, and I'm very glad that we was actually able to expose it for the immense amount of bullshit that it really actually is.
Exactly, and I appreciate you helping both of us get this shit on the air. Because I've had a few fans on my shit. Anything else with your ex? Anything else with your ex? 'Cause I haven't done another video in months. The last video I did was around May last year. Because it was summertime, so that's when we did the gasoline shit. So it's funny because at least now people see the whole why the videos went up in the first fucking place. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure Paige is still subscribed, so she'll see this video go up.
And to be honest, I hope they both do. I hope Zach sees it. I hope everybody from
That what we need to fucking do too. I want to fuck up her relationship now just because of that. That nigga Sam needs to be ready now, knowing how Haley is and how Paige is gonna control Haley and shit.
Exactly. And Zach, all the same to Zach. Like I honestly feel bad for the guy. Granted, I had a part in it myself, and as a man, I was wrong. I never should have went and allowed that to happen. But Paige is her own person. It's not like I said.
She easily could have said, "No, let's not do shit like that," because I'm taken, engaged, whatever the fuck she is. She let it happen too, so that goes on her.
Like I've got snaps from her, like actual photos with captions and all that, of her turning around and sending me kissing emojis and telling me she misses me, can't wait to see me, and she would love me to come over there and lick her kitty and bang her brains out, etc. It's just not. it's not a good deal.
And that's how I feel with that. Like, I don't even know who the fuck Sam is, but like, I feel for him because now he's gonna have to be the next one to deal with the fucking lies and shit. Paige will set people on
I met
him
Sam.
year from
I
now,
met
whatever the
Sam,
fuck.
and like I said, I met Sam, and he seems like a really great guy. Sam honestly seems like a very great man. Everything that I've heard about him, everything that I've heard him talk about, everything that's come out of his mouth, his actions, he seems like a very good guy. But he does need to be very much aware of the of what is yet to come for him, because with him being with Haley and Paige being Haley's best friend,
Mm-hmm.
there is no limit to what this man is going to have to be put through. And I'm just, I would, I think, I'm
And do you know how to get in contact with him? Like, do you have a snap of his snap or anything like that?
I do not personally have a snap or anything like that, but I could get it.
Hey, if you can get that, I'll hit the dude up myself, and I'll just be like, "Look, man, I got a video to show you, and I just need you to be careful with her."
Right, right.
Like, I'm not even trying to purposely break them up. I could give a fuck what she does, but I just hate other guys to fucking go through what I had to go through with her last ex or her other ex. I have one ex of hers that I talked to, and she did the same shit to him. This was back when she was 14, 15.
Oh wow.
Now, this was petty little itty bitty shit, nothing like what's going on now. But
Right.
still, it was just mind game shit, like nothing what it is now. But
Yeah,
even
it's
back then, it
it's
was always
it's
something.
blown up.
Her longest relationship before me was 7 months. That's the thing. We and her made it to almost 3 years, and probably would have made it. Probably would have still been together, honestly, if it wasn't for fucking Paige putting
Right.
ideas and just driving shit deeper.
And see, the crazy thing is whenever I started getting friendly with Paige, which that took off very quickly. I mean, I was more or less like her. Oh man, like I filled a void like she had never had before. Her longest relationship is Zach, which is now just shy of a year, if not at a year. And I was with somebody for almost 7 years. I've got 4 kids with the same woman. I know what it takes to go ahead and hold down a relationship and all that, but neither one of them two, they do not grasp the. I guess they just don't get it. They think life is nothing but a game.
Apparently
And
not.
toy with people's hearts, and mess with their minds, and do shady shit. It's it's not good. You know. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad I got to be on here and
Hey, I mean, I appreciate you doing this. Like I said, you don't even have to worry about shit. The one that, if anything, it's gonna be Paige for sure. Because I mean, if even if whatever happens, karma's gonna come back no matter what. So both of them, actually.
exactly.
Well, hey man, I'm about to hop off here. If you have anything last to say towards the whole
Uh,
situation directed to Paige Haley, I'll let you say that now.
all I gotta say is, Paige, for what it is, you know, uh, I didn't cause this. I may have had a hand in it, but I went to tell you millions of times that it needed to go one way or the other, and I got tired of it. And Haley, um, I hope you'll wise up, and I hope you'll really, you'll start doing things right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's me saying I'm out, and everybody be easy.
Hey, appreciate it, man. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I know y'all been asking for a part 3 to this shit. Well, y'all got a really good fucking part 3. But hey, shout out to you, man. I appreciate this. We'll keep in touch, and you take it easy, man.
You too, buddy.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.
And that's the end of that, man.